In this video, I will be sharing with you a profitable betting strategy called the Martingale betting strategy. Now, this Martingale betting video is different from any other one you will find here on YouTube or in the internet. And that is because I will not just explain what Martingale is, but also recommend the best applications for carrying out your Martingale bets successfully and ensuring there's a profit at the end of the day. All right, so believe me, the secret apps I will share with you to help you achieve this will go a long way to ensure that you are always in profit, right? And the funny thing there is they are all free to use, free to get, right? I have selected the best applications for the sake of this purpose for you. So before we continue, let us set things straight. The Martingale strategy is profitable when it is done correctly or properly, and it is a very, very risky strategy at the same time, right? So if you're an amateur, a pro, or an advanced tipster, or a bettor, right, you will be doing yourself a lot of good by watching this video through to the end. Don't skip a frame because you're going to miss a lot if you do. All right, so subscribe to the channel for more amazing content like this. Like this video to support my work, comment and pay maximum attention, my bosses. And if you want more of this, say give us more in the comment section. So this is what you get in this video, what Martingale betting is, and I'm going to say it straight as it is. Martingale betting strategy is the act of doubling your stake, right, when you encounter a loss in the act of betting. All right, doubling your stake when you encounter a loss or when you lose a game. All right, so but there's a problem. The problem is when you lose that game, how sure or how confident that the next one will win? And even if that one you stake the next one, how confident that the third bet you're going to stake will win? All right, and that is where this video comes in. All right, I'll be giving you the right approach, the right bets on how to do that. So I'll quickly switch to script that I'm writing that will help us achieve this very, very quick. So here is a graphical representation of what I'm talking about, Martingale. So for you to get it right, you have to have a fixed odd, right? Approaching a Martingale betting strategy, you have to have a fixed odd that you're fighting for, that you'll be playing daily. And the recommended odd is a 2.2 plus odd or 3 points or 3 plus odd, right, as you can see on my screen. Now you have to have a very good capital and a base bet. Now from what I have done here, all right, my Betwise Martingale football betting strategy tutorial. Now we have somebody having 100%, 100,000 naira capital. Now the base bet is 500 naira. That means what you'll be staking every day for your Martingale betting is 500 naira fixed. Your fixed odd is 2.0 or 3 points. All right, as you can see, bankroll, base bets, odds, and it is sports or any the sport is football or any what's it called, game you feel confident. But we are using football in this case, and I'm recommending an application for you to help ease that stress of finding the right sports for yourself. The only thing you have to do is go to this application and get the game for the day, and you see we'll get there in a moment. So there's the flow chart. You start your bankroll is 100,000 naira, your base bet is 5,000 naira. Now you choose your odds. All right, at 2.0 the wins are more frequent, all right, than when you're using 3 plus odd. Bigger returns but minimal wins, right? Now this is how the concept goes. 500 naira, you place your first bet. Did you win? Yes or no? All right, if you placed your first bet and you won, you collect 2.0. At 2.0 odds, you have extra 500 naira with your 500 naira. And then if you play them 3.0 odds, that means you're winning 1,000 naira, right? So you reset back. Once you win your 500 naira extra from the 2 plus odd, you go back again to 500 naira, all right, instead of playing 1,000. Now you reset back to your base bet again, which is 500 naira, your initial stake plan. That is if you win. All right. Now, if you staked with 10,000 naira, you're supposed to have 20,000 naira. Now, instead of staking 20,000 naira, you revert back to 10,000 naira for your next 2 plus odd bets. I hope it makes sense. Yes. So, and that is how you do. You find next match, repeat. But if you lose, all right, and that is where did your bet win or lose? Yes, and this is the approach you're going to use. You revert back to your base bet. But if you record a loss deducted from bankroll, can you afford the next calculated bet, which has to be doubling your stake from 500 naira, which is the base bet, to 1,000 naira, right? That is it. So yes, if you can raise your stake, as you can see here, if you can raise your stake at 2.0, double it, 3.0, roughly 1.5. All right. Now, one win. Once you win, you go back to your initial capital. Your initial capital has been successfully secured. The profit for the previous loss have been successfully secured, and the current win has been successfully secured. All right. Now, did you lose? It has to be, if you lose, that is when you are going to use this approach. All right. Now, if you can't afford the next calculated bet, that means your bankroll is busted. All right. Now, these are another using the 2.0 2 plus odd table to show you this. All right. That's just the flow chart. If I come on to this to my table that I made here, if you're staking 500 naira, your initial stake of 500 naira, you win 1,000 naira, right? And then your net profit is 1,500 naira. So you risked 500 naira, and then bankroll left when you stake, and then after your win is 0.5%, 0.5% capital. All right. So that's the net profit. And then if you stake with 1,000 naira for the 2 plus odd, if you stake with 1,000 naira, that bet wins, you have 2,000 naira, net profit of 500 naira again, and you total risk 1,500, and you will left with 98,500 naira. I'm just trying to be fast so I can get this message across very, very quickly. Now, I'm not going to go all through to this. All right. Now, this is how a 2.0 Martingale works. Every losses doubles your next stake. One win at any round gives you 500 naira net profit, and you reset back to 500. All right. But 7 consecutive losses eats 63,500, and round 8 would need 64,000 naira, leaving only 36,500 in the bank. Round 8 is your hard burst point. So that is the sugar and the salt in the art of Martingale. All right. And then you come over to the 3.0 tab. It is the same thing. You stick with 500. Your win return is 1,500. There's a net profit of 1,000 naira. You understand? So I believe I have done justice to the explanation of what a Martingale betting strategy is. Now you'll be asking, betwise, which one is the one I should be approaching, the odd size I should be using? Your fixed odd, my recommended fixed odd is the 2.0. All right, because it delivers consistent win. All right, like I said before, like I showed here, 2.0, 2 plus odd, 2.30, 2.10 odds, more frequent wins, and 3.0 depending on where you're getting your games from. And the app that I'll be sharing with you gives you 2 plus odds every day for free. All right, and their win rate is 80% plus, and you can use it for the Martingale strategy. And now you'll be asking, Betwise Network, what is the name of this app? Where is this app? How can I get it? Now, to get this application, you have to have a Google Play Store. Go to Google Play Store and search for the application. We are going to be going into the application, and we'll do a practical step-by-step view of how this application has performed this month from the 1st of May to today, which is the 25th day of May. All right. Now, the application I'm talking about, I've been using it for I downloaded this application since 2022. I should be 2022, and I'm still using it up to this moment. All right. So that is it. That's the application you'll be using for your Martingale betting strategy. I highly recommend it, and it is free. So this is the application we are going to be using for this Martingale betting strategy. A very, very powerful application. All right. You see, it has a free section, it has the VIP section, and we are team free. All right. Comment #team free or @team free in the comment section. All right. If you are following, all right, in the comment section, say I am following. In the comment section, you can say give us more, drop your favorite emoji. All right, but just have something to say in the comment section. All right, we are free here. All right, so we are using the free section. We don't have any business with the VIP, and the free section is, understand. So we're going to be using from this 6th section, we're going to be using the category that says selected tips of the day. That is where you have the highest and the greatest amount of wins. All right, I've been using this application since 2022. If you calculate it, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, this is 5 years of using this application for this purpose. All right, 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's say it's 4 years. I started using it 2022, 2023, 24, 25, 26. We call it 4 years. All right, and I am still using this application. Nothing has changed. All right, so I have a 4 years experience about this application. So starting from the selected tips of the day, I'm going to go on to the first day of this month, which is May. All right, I would have started from the previous month. I wanted to do 2 months, but the other dates have been removed due to want of space. All right, yes, or lack of space from their own end. Right, so I'm going to start from the first day of this month down to today, which is 25th, and this is their prediction for today. They have a basketball, 2 basketball games and 1 football game. Brescia versus Trieste. Brescia to win at 1.30, Athens to win at 1.40, and over 1.5 goals for Elfsborg versus Haken. Now, if you combine these 3 games, we're having 2+ odd here, and this is what we have every day for free. So on the first day of May 2025 and 2026, right, they won their 2+ odd, right, 1.45 and 1.40. As you can see, over 2.5 goals, and Real Madrid, these guys, they won successfully. But then on the previous day, being the 31st of April, they lost. Okay, 30th of April, sorry. 30 days of September, April, July, November. Yes, 30 days of September. I don't even remember. All right. So 30 days. On the 30th of April, they lost. Now, coming on the 1st of May, they won. So if you had lost a bet here and you doubled and stake, you would have recovered the bet. You would have recovered the money you lost on the 30th, the profit you're supposed to get on the 30th, and the profit for that day being the 1st. You bring that day, which is the first day of May that you played. All right, you would have recovered the profit you are supposed to get on the 30th and your initial stake of 500 naira, and then also the profit for that same day today, which is the 1st. All right, so on the 1st, they won. All right, you can see. Now going on to second, on the 2nd, they won. All right, you can see second, they won. Let's go to 3rd. 2 wins now. All right, on the 3rd, they lost. Or what I'm going to count is the losses. All right, I'm going to count the losses so far. On the 3rd, they lost. 1 loss. And then on the 4th, let's go to the 4th day. On the 4th, they lost, and that is 2 losses. All right, 2 losses. And then what do you have to do? You double your bet again. So 500 naira was lost the other day on the 3rd, right? And then on the 4th, you doubled to 1,000 naira, right? And you're playing 2 odd. Then let's go to the 5th. On the 5th, you lost, and instead of staking 1,000, instead of staking 500 naira, what you have to stake is 2,000 naira, right? Now you stake 2,000 naira and play on the 6th. And then on the 6th, you have won with that 2,000 naira times 2 odd, that is 4. Plus the small orishi we go on top, maybe 2.50 something or 2.30 something or 2.20. All right, you still have a little bit of attachment. So we staked 2,000 naira and we played 2 odd, and that means we have won 4 odds. We have won 4,000 naira. All right. So on the 6th, all right, on the 6th we staked 4,000 naira. Do you understand? On the 6th we staked 4,000 naira. Now let's do it gradually so you understand. Let's do it gradually so you understand. All right, for those who do not understand, those who no follow. All right, on the second, you won your bet. All right, you won your bet successfully. Now coming to the 3rd, you staked 500 naira. You lost that 500. Right now, you proceed to the next day, which is 4th. Right, you staked 1,000 naira on the 4th, 1,000 naira. And you lost. That means automatically on the 5th you're staking how much? 2,000 naira, right? Then you go to the 5th day and you staked 2,000 naira, right? And then you lost. That means since you staked 2,000 naira on the 6th day, automatically you are going to stake 4,000 naira, and then you come to the 6th day and you staked 4,000 naira. Now 4,000 naira times, and what's it called, times 2 will give you 8,000 naira, right? 4,000 times 2 is 8,000 naira. Now you have recovered the bets and the profits you lost for the previous 3 days, which happens to be 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I hope it makes sense. Yes, so let's continue. Now, having won that 8,000 naira, you are now going to revert back to your initial stake, your base bet, which is 500 naira, right? Good. This far will kill you. So let's continue. So on the 7th, you stake your 500, you won. On the 8th, you stake your 500, you won. This app is beautiful. On the 9th, you lost, all right? One loss, and then 500 naira gone. Now, that means on the 10th, you're going to stake with what? 1,000 naira. So let's play 1,000 naira on the 10th. On the 10th, we lost, all right? On the 10th, we lost, and then we staked 1,000 naira on the 10th, right? Now, on the 11th, automatically, we are staking how much? 2,000 naira. So we are going to go to 11th day, and on the 11th, we successfully won our bet, right? And then we won 4,000 naira because we staked 2,000 naira. And then the previous 2 days that we lost, we have successfully recovered our wins, right? And then we revert back to 500 naira again. And then we keep going. On the 12th, we won our bets, 500 naira. We keep playing our 500 naira. On the 13th, we won. On the 14th, we won. And then let's see, 15th, we also won. On the 16th was a victory. On the 17th, victory. On the 18th, we lost our precious 500 naira. We lost our precious 500 naira. So on the 19th, that means we are going to stake 1,000 naira, right? Then we go to 19th and we staked 1,000 naira, and our bet is balanced, right? And then on the 20th, we're going to revert back to 500 naira, which is our base bet, right? So we go to the 20th, we won. Our precious 500 naira keeps leaving. We go to the 21st, we won, right? And then 22nd, let's see, we also won on the 22nd. 23rd, we lost on the 23rd, right? On the 23rd, we lost our 500 naira. 500 naira ala. Then let's see what happened on the 22nd. On the 22nd, automatically we are staking 1,000 naira, right? And then on the 22nd, on the 24th rather, on the 24th we played, and then our bets was balanced. We won our money back, right? Good. And then 25th is today. 25th is today. All right, 25th is today, and then I can see today that's on today's tips, right? So these particular guys, they are so amazing. They are so amazing, and that is why I have chosen this particular application for this purpose, and that is why I am sharing it with you. All right, so you can decide to use it for any other purpose aside from Martingale. All right, but I tell you, it works very well from using it as a tool for Martingale. And please do not be greedy. You see how my bankroll is 100,000. Our exemplary or illustrative bankroll is 100k, right? 100k. Now, instead of using 20,000, 10,000, you go very little, because this is football betting. All right, nothing is sure about football betting. As you can see, key football specific risks. Football results are not 50-50 from injuries, referee, weather, or they all affect the odds and true probability. All right, a losing streak of 7 bets at 2.0, depending on how. Now, this now is dependent on how much you're sticking with. And now, one important thing to take note is that when you start winning successfully, they start tracking, and they will always or may limit the kind of odds they place for you, all right, so that you just lose and you don't stay consistent while making use of their platform to win. All right, so that is it. All right, you have to be careful, you don't have to be greedy. And then the name of this application is but before we get to that place, please, I hope you have liked this video. I hope you have learned something from this video. All right, if you have not learned anything, you can just download it, take your time, rewatch the video. All right, make use of this application the way. Now you can test. Now okay, let's have the name of the application first. As you can see, that's the name of the application: Ultra Power Tips for Betting. Ultra Power Tips for Betting, that's the first one there. Ultra Power Tips for Betting by Power Tips Bet. Now, if you come onto the review section, you say, I can say this is the best among all the betting apps in Nigeria. They give accurate predictions. For me, I can give them 5-star. And please, if you're looking for a good app to download, please come and download this app. It's good to go. Thanks. Keep it up. All right. Results are more accurate and always correct. I recommend every gambler to use blah 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 blah. Just uncomfortable with this app every time. Connection issue. That's one problem. If your network is bad, if you have a very bad network, it's somehow, yeah, that's how it behaves. All right, that's how it behaves. But you can come on, check on these reviews, and then that is the name of this app: Ultra Power Tips for Betting. Like I said before, please kindly leave a like on this video. You can test this strategy for like a month without using real money. All right, you can come every day. Okay, my cash is 100,000 naira. I use 500 naira to play today. If I win, you record it down. The day you lose, you just do imaginarily. All right, take a paper, take a pen, get a pen, and track this thing. And believe me, you're gonna thank me for sharing this. In fact, you should be thanking me now for sharing this with you. All right, this is the perfect tool. This is the perfect application for your betting Martingale betting purpose. All right, so thank you for watching. You can check out my playlist section where you're going to find some other interesting applications, all right, and websites that you can use to up your game, upgrade your betting process. All right, so please leave a like, give us more, ask me any question in the comment section, and I will try my best to answer it. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Peace and love. Bye.